Good evening, everyone. Would you all please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Here.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Here.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Here.
Councilman Marcocha?
Here.
Supervisor Colavita?
Here. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We have a nice crowd here for the swearing-in ceremony of two of our newest police officers, and we are delighted to ask Chris Henry and Kevin O'Shea to step forward with their families so we can do a little swearing-in. Pop it over here, it's okay. You put this here, I can move. Raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Kevin O'Shea,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of New York,
the laws of the state of New York,
the laws of the town of Eastchester,
the laws of the town of Eastchester,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
my duties and obligations
my duties and obligations
as an Eastchester police officer
as an Eastchester police officer
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, that's great. Thank you. Appreciate it. He's on the payroll now.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's one of the best parts of the job, is swearing in new police officers, and particularly, people that are coming to this town for the reasons that they're supposed to, because they want to be an Eastchester police officer, that they love this community. It's really wonderful to see you there with your families all. I also want to thank all of the Eastchester Police Department members that are in the back of the room, the chief, lieutenants, everybody that's here. This always is a good thing for the town of Eastchester, keep our department healthy and strong, and have good, solid people coming in to protect and serve the people of Eastchester. So we really appreciate you stepping up to do this job for us. We know that you're going to do a magnificent job, and hope they don't break your chops too bad when you start around here. So what we'll do is we're going to take a 1-minute break so we can clear out the room, and you guys can head out. You don't have to stay for our agenda, of course. But thank you again for being here. Appreciate it greatly. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the opportunity to address the board on specific agenda items. There being none, we'll move forward to appointments. On the Environmental Committee, we have two appointments, the appointments of Melissa McCardle and Nicole Ferrara of the town of Eastchester for the Eastchester Environmental Committee, effective March 5th, 2025 through March 4th, 2027. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have approval of the minutes of the February 4th regularly scheduled town board meeting and the February 4th special town board meeting, which was a meeting where we interviewed police officer candidates. Any proposed modifications or amendments?
None.
There being none, someone can make a motion to approve same as submitted?
So moved.
I'll second same. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have reports of departments, boards, and commissions. Law Department report, Mr. Rader.
Yes, good evening. First, I have a resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute, excuse me, and deliver an agreement between the town of Eastchester and Facilities Maintenance Corporation so that they may provide cleaning and maintenance services for the certain town facilities. I'll just let you know, we've used this company for the last several years. They do a pretty good job. They do the highway and the police department. We used them, I think, for the last 4 or 5 years, and they just asked for a little modest increase, which I believe we should approve, since we also shopped around to a couple of different companies, and they wanted like 5 times the amount. So I think this is a company that we should stay with, and I recommend that we approve the contract.
Sure, and they're insured.
Yes.
It also, they perform the service on a part-time basis for us at unusual times because the police department's open 24 hours a day, so there's basically 3 8-hour shifts going on in the department, and highways always constantly open, and it's far more economical for us to do this rather than hire a full-time employee plus benefits for probably 3 times the price of what we're paying them. So anyway, I'll make the motion on this and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcoche?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye.
Okay, next I have a resolution authorizing the approval of an application for a parade permit submitted by the Eastchester St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee for the St. Patrick's Day Parade to be held on Sunday, March 16th, 2025.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve the application for the permit and also suggest that the board waive the filing fee. This should be quite an event. It's going to be some good weather, as we're hearing, and it should be quite a fun day for everyone in town. Someone care to second that motion?
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcoche?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have correspondence. We have a memorandum from the Controller regarding personnel appointment. We have a couple of miscellaneous hirings in Highway and Recreation. I'll make a motion to approve same and ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcoche?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, I have a memorandum from the Superintendent of Recreation regarding the 2025 municipal contribution to the Southeast Consortium. And as you've heard me speak in the past, we pay the Southeast Consortium $30,015.30 for services they provide, recreational and entertainment services they provide for our disabled Eastchester, Bronxville, and Tuckahoe residents. And this is the same contribution as 2024, and this includes, of course, the villages of Tuckahoe and Bronxville, and they serve approximately 101 Eastchester residents, Eastchester, Tuckahoe, and Bronxville. And as we've indicated in the past, if the town were to undertake disabled folks' recreational programs, it would be extremely burdensome for us to do that, just logistically and, from a business perspective as well. So Southeast Consortium does that for us, and they do an excellent job, and they work very hard to provide recreational programs and services for disabled in our community. And it's a special group of people, and they do a very good job. And because we do it in a consortium manner, we bring the price down for everybody. So there's a bunch of other municipalities involved with this in the southeast quadrant of the county of Westchester. So with that being said, I would make a motion for the authority to execute the agreement with the Southeast Consortium at the amount indicated above.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcoche?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, we have a memorandum from the Superintendent of Recreation regarding a change order for Leawood Park improvements from Dolph Rothfeld Engineering, and the engineering firm, which was our eyes and ears on the job site, is requesting and authorizing and approving the payment of $68,773.53 for additional work done to the park, and that, was predominantly fence work. We had the gate in a little stream that's there, mostly safety and security issues that once you actually see the site, you realize you got to put a couple things in there to make sure everybody is safe, and that was approved by our engineers on the job site as well as our personnel in town. And we are also having a grand opening ceremony on March 29th. So barring any kind of, rain event, March 29th, we'll have an opening ceremony there. We'll dedicate the park and all, and it actually came out beautifully. And I tell you, every time I go there, I'm so impressed with all the hard work and effort that went into that facility, and it's just beautiful. And I know we've been, keeping the park closed because we finally got, the sheds put in, the covers on the pipes and lines. We have a shed to go on top of electrical facility. But other than that, all the protections are in with the exception of the last bit of fencing, which is going over a little stream and over by the quarry to make sure nobody rolls into the woods there. So with that being said, I would make the motion to approve this change order number 4 for the amount I just indicated and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Okay, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marka?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next, we have a memorandum from the Superintendent of Recreation regarding a request to go out to bid for bus service for the 2025 camp season. Someone care to make a motion on this?
So moved.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marka?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
I would also indicate that our Superintendent of Recreation is working very hard and partnering with all 3 school districts to work around their construction schedules once again, and, to provide camp for the maximum number of students that we can. And, this is something that happens every year pretty much because, the schools have a limited window to do their construction work, so they generally choose to do it in the summertime when we have camp. But we're working with all of them and partnering with them to have the best result for all the kids in the town so they can attend camp without, any headaches or without any kind of interference from construction. So anyway, next we have our memorandum from the Superintendent of Recreation with request to go out to bid for the ground maintenance contract. Now, in this particular case, many years ago, we privatized the grass cutting and like the field maintenance. We still have our Parks Department. They do the lining of the fields, all the grading and all of that. But just the day-to-day cutting of all the grass in town, like at the library, at Town Hall, at Handle Field, and all the other venues that we own, we've decided to privatize that. We've saved a lot of money doing that. So at this point, we want to go out, continue that process and go out to bid for a ground maintenance contract for the 25-26 period. So someone care to make a motion on this?
So moved.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marka?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. There being no business, miscellaneous business, we go to council member reports. Councilman Markocha?
Thank you, Supervisor. Just a report on Lake Isle Country Club opening is quickly approaching. Membership applications are being mailed out at the end of this week to all Eastchester, Tuckahoe, and Bronxville residents. You can also download an application at www.lakeislecountryclub.com. Membership registration will begin on Tuesday, April 1st. Office hours will be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. Golf opening day will be determined towards the end of the month. An update will be given at the next town board meeting, and an email blast will be going out to all of Lake Isle's last year's golf members. And finally, the first advisory board meeting of the year is scheduled for Wednesday, April 9th at 7 p.m. at the Community Center at Lake Isle. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Nicholson.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. I just have one announcement. The Eastchester Environmental Committee will meet this Thursday, March 6th at 7:30 at the Community Town Hall Room, in the Community Room here at Town Hall. And I want to just welcome Melissa McCardle and Nicole Ferrara. Congratulations on becoming a member of the committee. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Okay. Councilwoman Marcotte.
Thank you, Supervisor. Just a couple of things on behalf of the Village of Bronxville. I just want to remind all of the Bronxville residents that 2 weeks from tonight, they will be having their village election. So they are hoping that everybody does participate in that. All the regular poll sites are open. Again, it's March 18th. The polls open at 6. They close at 9. There are 3 trustees who are up for election, and of course the mayor, Mary Marvin, is up for re-election as well. And then I also want to acknowledge the Eastchester High School Athletic Council this past Saturday, together with the town and the Parks Department, and of course Sally Vitelli, who's here this evening. It was a fantastic collaboration with the senior citizens of the town, with the senior high school athletes. They had a dinner dance, and it was a great time had by all. They danced the night away with high school athletic members of the school. They had great food, and everything was donated from local businesses, and dinner and dessert, so it was a great collaboration, and I congratulate them, and I just wanted to mention that as part of my report. That concludes my report, Supervisor.
Thank you. Councilman Giacobbe.
Thank you, Supervisor. Information for the Recreation Department's Bagels with a Bunny is now online at eastchester.gov. This event will take place on Saturday, April 12th, and has an option for several different times. Pre-registration is required and will begin on Tuesday, March 11th at 9 a.m. And another very important date, summer camp registration begins Saturday, March 22nd at 10 a.m. Please be sure to check the website to make sure your account is working and everything is up to date. You can call the office anytime with questions at 914-771-3311. Thank you.
All right, for my own report, a couple things to discuss. First, our EIBL basketball championships are being held this Saturday, the 8th. They're going to probably occur a little bit earlier because of a conflict with confirmation events that are happening later in the afternoon. So if you're participating or you want to go and have a fun time, watch all the kids run around and have a blast, it's going to be a little bit earlier in the day on Saturday at the Eastchester High School gym. Also, I mentioned earlier, Leawood Park will be having its grand opening on March 29th, and we're very excited about that. We're going to have that thing open to everybody, and finally, we can open up the gates on the playground because you've been kind of chasing people off of it because they see this beautiful facility that they want to go jump on it, but we have to be sure we're done and finished before we open up everything. But certainly on 3/29, we'll have a wonderful day there planned. Also, I want to mention that the Eastchester Irish American Social Club will be having its annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's the 19th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. It'll be kicking off on 3 o'clock on Sunday the 16th, the day before regular St. Patty's Day. 3 o'clock on the Sunday the 16th from ICS, marching north toward Lake Isle. And I want to also recognize Rashid Wiley, who is the Grand Marshal this year, and also Mary Ellen Fitzsimmons Barberi, who is the honoree for this year. And we had a sash presentation ceremony on Saturday evening, and it was very, very well attended. Everybody had a wonderful time. Bagpipers are playing. We had step dancers there. It was all a great time for a good cause, and a wonderful parade will be happening on Sunday the 16th at 3 o'clock, starting at ICS. Also, I wanted to just briefly talk about the Crawford Drainage Project. Several weeks ago, myself and the town attorney met with the principal engineers for the town of Eastchester. We went over their plans, went over all their calculations and all. But what we did was we asked them to go back and reconfigure some of the drain lines to have, I guess, more of a minimal impact on Siwanoy Golf Course, because ultimately this water is going to go through the golf course, and wanted to be sure that our trenching was minimal and that the impact on the course was minimal. And we also directed them, if necessary, to pump water into the two fields that will be holding all this storm water until such time as it can bleed out slowly, because of course we don't want to have any issues downstream as well. So we are anticipating next week or two to have another set of plans to review. Once they get honed down, we're going to have a final sit down with the village of Bronxville, possibly Siwanoy at that point, and then we'll have a meeting with all of the neighbors to show them, where exactly we are. But fear not that this matter is not, being, no one's being dilatory here. We're just, waiting on engineer plans, and this is a very large project. At least the town's portion of this project is very significant because it starts from Everett and goes all the way down past all those homes, past Iona University, down into the fields, down in past Cottle, into Siwanoy Golf Course. So it's a lot involved there, and there are very tricky pitch issues, and of course the stormwater issues that we want to rectify. So we are continuing to work on that, and we should have something to report hopefully by the April meeting. And that concludes my report, and that brings us to the second opportunity to address the board. No, there being none, someone care to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.